Not one bit.
Time to go, Mr. B.
Where are you? Here you are.
Hurry! The harvesting will draw the attention of the splicer.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I don't like that you did that. I wish I could heal you. No. I wish literally anything would heal them, but no. No.
Hop up, Mr. B. No time to waste.
Are you okay? Good. Let this be the end of my suffering.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Whatever. I'll take your advice when you yourself start to move faster.
Mr. Bubbles.
Come on, hurry up. Oh, great, you're here.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for you.
Ouch. Ow.
Hurry, Mr. B. Dancing in the sky.
Better for the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
No time to
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm so glad you enjoy me doing this.
hurry. Hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
At least somebody's happy about something I did.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels
Whatever,
don't wait
just
for
hurry up.
slowpokes.
Brush fire here, great.
Ha! That might be plenty for the work of scrubs and a pencil pushes. But I need more. More! I want a slice till there ain't nothing left to slice with!
Oh, hey.
Fontaine is nearby. You are reaching close.
So, in case if it wasn't obvious, this is our final bout of stuff that we can do.
There! You must use the needle of the little sister to drain Fontaine of his Adam. It is the only way to defeat him.
So, yeah, this is basically...
Stick it in the bad man.
Stick it in your bed, man! This is basically our one final point to save and stock up on whatever we have.
What are you waiting for? Pick up the needle.
Thanks.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here. Make sure you are ready to face him before moving on.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I'll save. Because it's on to Fontaine. Lovely. I think I'm ready though. More or less. Oh, there's one more upgrade that I could have gotten, but oh well. Well, I guess it's time for this now. Fontaine. Oh boy.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole, but you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Uh-huh. Boy. Oh, hey there.
Go! Go now! Hit him with the needle!
Okay. Drain at him. Ouch.
Come and get it, Luke!
Okay. Also, yeah, the electric gel is kind of good for this fight.
I paid good money for you. This is what I get.
Give me your juice, yummy.
You think I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough mugs to watch my back while I recharge.
So yeah, he gives you Adam.
Come and get it, Luke!
So I think we have 530 Adam now. Pretty great. Yeah, I see.
Come and get it, Luke!
Is that all you got?
Come and get it, Luke!
Come and get it.
Get back here!
Hi.
Come and get it, Luke!
I'm trying. I have to hack this machine real quick. I'm doing my best. I'll lay the smackdown on him real good. He won't see what's coming. If I can find the right piece, that is. There we go. More. Boy, puzzles, my favorite. Do that.
Need a minute. Then
Give me your juices. Ouch. 760 Adam, oh boy. I'm out of gel though. All out of gel. I'm trying my best, my friend. Hi there.
you think it'll...
Yeah, come here. Where are you, bud? Ouch. Ow. Burn! Whoa! Stab me, give me your juice.
can, I'm gonna bury you.
Ow.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now,
Get him. Damn, I really hate him. Hello.
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead?
Leave.
What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
Yay! So that's our good ending. Yeah, the good ending is that you basically just live a happy life with 5 little sisters. It's pretty nice. As your daughters. It's great. I think there's also an evil ending, which is where you essentially take Ryan/Fontaine's place and you rule over the city. And this music is very loud. It's very loud. At least in my ears it is, anyways. Well, yeah, that's the end of the first Bioshock. I'm gonna skip this, actually. Oh, this now. Lovely. So yeah, that's the end of the first Bioshock. Let's skip this too. I guess I can, actually. Wonderful. Because it's too loud. Oh yeah, there's this. Challenge rooms. Oh boy. I've never really done those though, but one thing I can do is go to the museum. So yeah, was Bioshock 1 good? Of course it is, even if it's got some aspects about it that I don't like. Using more from contents, I got two of the ideas of Rational Games discarded or reworked heavily during the making of the original Bioshock. Yeah, Rational Games. They made this game. And what is this? This is basically concept. Concept art and stuff. These were slow pro from prototype Big Daddy variant. The mauled players with an enormous hook and fired iron bearings from a barrel stood for slow projectile effed up melee. He survived long enough to become a fully functional AI, but the team eventually cut him to focus on polishing other Big Daddy types. This model was later appeared in Bioshock 2 as the Rumbler, throwing miniature turrets instead of cannonballs. Yeah, I guess now we know what to expect for the second game is these dudes. Yeah, there's this hook. Cannonballs out of his shoulder thingy. Oh yeah, this one. This dude right here with the drill arms. Early Bouncer. Yeah, these guys had the drills. The original model for the Bouncer type of Big Daddy featured a flat-headed drill at the end of each arm. The Big Daddies were envisioned as the builders of Rapture, with weapons modified from tools they would have used in its construction. When they gatherers were reimagined as little sisters. One of the bouncer's drills was changed to a gloved hand so that the two characters could interact with each other. Yeah, the gatherers, the little sisters. You know, this game changed a lot. Forest concept art, yeah. Rationalist artists tried to envisage how an underwater city would actually function in this early conceptual work of Rapture. One idea imagined a thick forest for the purpose of oxygen exchange, seen here with an observation car rock running through the edge. The concept of using trees for oxygen exchange made it into the final game as the Arcadia level. It didn't quite look like this, though. At least I don't think it did. I'm pretty sure it didn't actually, no. Oh, yeah, these were the gatherers. Maybe hard to imagine that this creature, whose job was to reclaim Adam from corpses around Rapture, was the earliest iteration of the idea behind the little sister. Since the gatherer generated absolutely no sympathy from players, the team experimented with concepts of featuring a number of animals, including the infamous dog in a wheelchair, and later a grotesque miniature humanoid. Finally, a concept sketch of a deformed child inspired the Eureka moment as responsible for the little sisters. Yeah, so this is what they were originally, is these absolutely disgusting, gross thingies. Which, they look absolutely horrendous, which I feel like, yeah, the little sisters were a better choice. Oh, hanging sea life. Not as much as a cut concept as an Easter egg for observant museum visitors. These creatures can be seen swimming past the player's view during the bathysphere ride to Rapture in Bioshock's opening sequence. Yeah, like a big whale. An anglerfish. Squid thingy. Not sure what kind of shark that is. And a skeleton. Although this was in the proving grounds, I think. Ooh, yes. I think this one is an interesting one. The Big Daddies, originally called Protectors, were envisioned as the dive-suited construction workers retasked with the defense of the Atom Gatherers. They used construction tools or improvised weapons that looked like they'd been found at the seafloor. From left to right are early concepts for the melee ranged and slow projectile. Protectors. So left to right, this would be the melee one. Which, yeah, much smaller, but this guy's missing an arm. It has a hook instead. This one is ranged with a rivet gun, pneumatic gun, something like that. And this one has a shotgun, which this one has... I do kind of like the goo coming out and the tentacles, but... because that kind of feels a little bit more deep ocean horror, which is kind of what they were going for. Oh yeah, this dude right here. This was Grenader Splicer. This gray elephantine splicer was an early Grenader from the same period of development as Stitchy and Hooker. He was a guy who spliced to carry around giant grenades and throw them at you, says lead artist Sean Robertson. The model was built and textured but never animated. Which I guess this is what the Nitro Splicers originally were. In a way, because those guys throw grenades as well. Which, and this one has like a thing of bombs on his back. This one's like a smaller version. That one's actually colored. Lovely. What is this one? Early environmental study. The location depicted here is built for the vision demo of Bioshock, a small level demonstrating several of the key elements of the game, such as the Big Daddies and Gatherers. So this might have been, I guess, a beta stage, actually, from Bioshock's beta, I assume, because usually they have stuff like this for betas. Or maybe, no, they probably wouldn't do this for an alpha, because alphas don't even have textures. If this one was textured, then it probably would be a beta, so... Neptune's Bounty concept art. This area appears in the Neptune's Bounty level of Bioshock, with bodies floating in the ocean or cut late in development when their cast shadows prove too distracting from the action of the room. Oh yes, lovely corpses, my favorite decoration. Ooh. And then you are Hooker. Created around the same time as the Stitchy and the Grenader, the Splicer was dubbed the Hooker because of her weapon of choice. This concept evolved into the Spider Splicer when it was decided that Splicer models could fill any behavior role, and the Hooker model later became the Baby Jane Splicer. I ran out of breath there. Baby Jane Splicer. So yeah, this is what they originally were. They have the hooks on their feet, and they got like these braces around. And of course, they crawl on the ceiling and stuff. This one actually has the hooks implanted into their skin, which is... Oh, and then that one has like an actual diving suit. Can't really see it though. What else? I guess we can go on this way. Big Daddy concept art. This is another concept depicting a Big Daddy bursting through a wall, which inspired the audio log of the Big Daddy Training Grounds area about a rogue Big Daddy. The player then encountered him at the end of the level. Yeah, because I think... Yeah, that was the one that tried to beat us up at the very end. I think so anyways, you're right there. And you can see that this is the older version with the drill arms. Double drill arms, rather. This one is Sub Bay concept art. This concept sketch depicting what later becomes Submarine Bay, an area in which housed an important scene for Atlas. I only remembered having the one submarine, though. But obviously concepts change in the development. You have a Tommy gun. And that looks like a regular pistole. Neato. Oh yeah, you have like a backpack with like your weird tube thingies. Yeah, same with you. And they all have these weird tube thingies in them. Missing Link model. This character is essentially the missing link between the grotesque early designs and the human splicers that appeared in Bioshock. This is the last bad model we did before moving on to what actually went into the shipping game, says the artist Sean Robertson. After playing with him for a while, we just said, why don't we use humans instead? I always thought of these as Scooby-Doo monsters because they were too inhuman to invoke empathy. Yeah, because I think it's kind of the whole... This was around the time, or actually this was, I think this was in fact around the time when they actually hired legit psychologists for video games, which is something that they did used to do a long time ago. I know Valve did it for Left 4 Dead 2, where they actually had psychologists assist with like music design and stuff. They don't do that anymore though, because that costs a lot of money and is not worth it. According to them. Also, this early Big Daddy concept art. This was the fourth Protector concept, originally created with an organic slug attached to it. A model was started but never completed as the team narrowed their focus to 3 and finally just 2 Big Daddy types. Which, is the Bouncer and the Rosie, excuse me. I still like this as a Protector, says artist Rob Waters. We started modeling and I really pushed to get it in, even as just a static model on the floor, but it never made it. Yeah, which this one I do really like a lot. Because it's got like the slug thingy. Which in Bioshock 2 there's actually atom slugs that you can pick up. Blood on the inside glass boards, tarnished brass. Yeah, I kind of wish something like this actually got into the game. Even if it was just like a random thing that you could find on the ground. It still would have been really cool. Oh, yeah, this thing, that's right. Early creature concepts. These were some of our earliest pieces done for Bioshock from back when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4. The only concrete ideas at this point were an undersea city and biological experimentation, so early concepts focused on these themes. Yeah, that's right, because Irrational made SWAT 4 as well. This was before those... Yeah, that was before they did this game, which I don't remember their development history. Let's see if I can find it. But yeah, this is kind of gross. Oh, wait, this thing right here. Iconic Rapture concepts. This is one of the several paintings that tried to portray the most important elements of Rapture at once. These images would help define the ruined underwater Art Deco aesthetic that the team was attempting to capture. Which, yeah, you can kind of see it with all the broken glass. And the water pouring in. Very much destroyed. Let's see. Do I have a thing? Yes, okay. So, Irrational Studios, I guess to give you a bit of a, whatever it is, a history. Formed 1997. Very nice. But they're not really called Irrational Games anymore, which is what they were called. Yeah, because of 2007, they were changed their name to 2K Boston, and then in 2009 they changed back to Irrational Games. But then, as of February 23rd, 2017, they got rebranded to Ghost Story Games, so they're not Irrational Games anymore. Unfortunately. But the games that they did make was System Shock 2 in 1999. And then in 2002, they made Freedom Force. And then in 2004, they made Tribe's Vengeance. And then in 2005, they made two games, Freedom Force versus the Third Reich, which is a very nice name, and SWAT 4. And then a year later after that, they made SWAT 4, the Stechkov Syndicate, which, that sounds like DLC. Yeah, I think that is DLC. And then as 2K Boston, they made Bioshock. But it doesn't say who made Bioshock 2, but I think that was a different studio that made Bioshock 2. Who made Bioshock 2? Because if it wasn't them, then who did? It could have just been 2K as a whole. I know, it was developed by 2K Marin and published by 2K Games, so it wasn't Irrational Games that made it. It was a different studio. But despite that, in 2013, they made Bioshock Infinite as well as Burial at Sea Episode 1 and 2. And that was the last game. That was the last thing that they did as Irrational Games before they turned into or before they got absorbed into Ghost Ship Games, actually, I think. Oh, but they have a whole bunch of canceled video games, actually. Deep Cover, Division, Dungeon Duel, Monster Island, The Lost, Freedom Force 3, and Untitled Bioshock game for PlayStation Vita. Which, who remembers the PlayStation Vita? Let's be real here. Anyways, that's a quick history on what they made. Oh yeah, here's a... yeah, this is just another creature, actually. Another weird freak of nature. Which, yeah, I hate it. Oh, this thing. Yam Hand! What a very interesting name. This character, derisively... That's a word. I don't know how to pronounce it. called Yam Hand around Irrational Games, was the poster child of the conceptual phase that preceded the decision to go with human enemies. I'd point out that the drawings behind the models, as laid out as Sean Robertson, you can see the top one got built, but the other two informed the design as well. As we trended more towards humanoids, the Scooby-Doo monsters got goofier and less scary. Which, yeah. Just kind of have these, like, big, meaty hands. That one has a mask on. Or a sack. Yeah, I think going with humanoid enemies was better. What's this? Iconic Rapture Concepts. This is the first image that really captured all the visual elements that made Bioshock Bioshock. A large view of the ocean, the aquatic lighting scene, and the elegant Art Deco design elements. Without this image, Bioshock would have been a radically different beast. Yes. Oh, look at all the fish. And, I think that's actually broken off from the statue, and that's like a train or subway. This thing is Fleet Hall concept art. The early concept for Sander Cohen's Fleet Hall was created after level building had begun, when the designers found they were having difficulty conceptualizing the theater space. It was one of the earliest spaces built for Bioshock, and many of the assets used in this museum come from that area. Which, yeah, the theater didn't quite look like this. It was, well, smaller and also flatter. And didn't have as much water in it, but obviously, it's just a concept. Things change all the time in video game development. A case in point, this entire museum. What is this? Early Big Daddy concept art. These are early concepts for the Rosie type of Big Daddy, who, like the bouncer, was envisioned as a construction worker who had been repurposed as protector for the gatherers, yeah. These are pretty much just what the suits would have been like. Is this the same one? Yeah. This one's different, though, I think. Early Splicer concept art, moving from the grotesque to human, was a slow process. While early concepts saw the melee enemies grew monstrous arms, the team had trouble conveying how someone who had spliced to become a marksman would appear. With glasses, goo tubes, a gun, baggy pants. Lovely. Oh, you're actually no, you're a different Yam Hand. Yeah, because you actually had a model. Because there was one that had a model. Ugh. Very gross. Pre-Yam Hand, before solidifying the fiction around Adam, Irrational experimented with the idea of being an external infected substance. Here you can see us playing around with Adam being mechanically injected. Said lead artist Sean Robertson. So the splicers got vials of it on his belt. The model was created, but never made it into the game in any form. Which, yeah, there's the vials. Which go into his back. Lovely. Ooh. Very gross. You already spliced some of the first concept sketches to show Bioshock's enemies moving in a more human-like direction. I just coupled that approach with the idea that Adam deformed the body in a way that related to its intended function. For instance, a giant grotesque arm on a melee enemy, which we can obviously see over there. This guy has a sideways double-barrel shotgun. Very lovely. Of course, a big tank right there. Oh yeah, this big meaty hand. That looks lovely. With a pistol. Oh, this one looks more like a zombie than like an actual freak of nature. Kind of reminds me of the smoker from Left 4 Dead 2, actually. Oh, and then there's you. Ranged aggressor. Ew, that one looks gross. All deformed. Oh yes, this one's the Stitchy. The first splicer that Irrational created for Bioshock, Stitchy was used in many early concept demos and was fully functional in game with Kinematics, hit reactions, and voiceover. It took us that long to realize he wasn't a good model, said leader Sean Robertson. This is probably the worst abortion that the Irrational has ever made. Very interesting choice of your words. So yeah, they basically almost completed this guy from what it sounds like before they realized, you know, it kind of sucks. I mean, for the idea of Bioshock, yeah, I guess, but it's not that bad. What else do we have? Actually, no, that's it. Yeah, that's the entire museum. Very nice that we actually got to see all of that. Get to see all of that. Obviously, we can't leave, though, unfortunately. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty much it, though. Yeah, that's basically Bioshock in all of its glory. And that means that's going to be it for this session. So, next time, we will be playing through Bioshock 2. It'll be great. And it's more or less the same... I wouldn't say it's the same thing, but it's pretty similar. Same general idea, but it does handle a lot differently compared to this game. More or less, because yeah, we obviously aren't playing as Mr. Jack anymore. We're playing as somebody else. And that'll be fun, maybe.